The International Business Times has an article that demonstrates how lying is just a standard part of corporate strategy nowadays. And they're doing it to screw you over, which of course makes it even worse. So look at this. Are pre-existing conditions still covered? Insurance industry may have lobbied to block protection in AHCA. That's Trump Care 3.0. An International Business Times review of federal records shows that America's health insurance plans, or AHIP, listed the pre-existing condition issue on disclosure forms documenting nearly $81 million worth of lobbying since the passage of the ACA. $81 million they spent on lobbying on that issue, pre-existing conditions. For their part, insurers have publicly asserted that they do not want to discriminate against people with pre-existing medical conditions. AHIP believes that every American deserves coverage and care that is affordable and accessible, including those with pre-existing conditions, the group said in a statement after the passage of the House bill. In the lead-up to the House vote, though, AHIP had been more publicly signaling its discomfort with how the pre-existing condition protections were working out in the AHCA. Quote, "No individual should be denied or priced out of coverage because of their health status," AHIP President Marilyn Tavenner told a House panel in February. However, with this as a principle, modifications to existing insurance reforms are needed. So do you understand the double speak that's going on here and the outright lying that's going on here? You know, it feels relatively new in politics. Like, it used to be the case that when you did something fucked up, you would rationalize it and you would justify it and you would come up with some sort of smooth bullshit explanation as to why that's the case. Today, we just have lies. Like, just in-your-face lies. So AHIP, which is, the private insurance companies, they come out there and they go, we're in favor of protecting people with pre-existing conditions. We're in favor of the Obamacare protection that says you have to cover people with pre-existing conditions, no questions asked, because what kind of a system would it be if you had the people who need the care the most are not allowed to get it because they might hurt corporate profits and the bottom line. So they go out there and they say that. So, a lot of people, they get lulled into a false sense of security when they hear that. They go, okay, whew, thank God, the insurance companies are doing the right thing. Man, isn't that great that they're acting morally out of their own volition and it doesn't occur to them to be horrific like they were previously? Well, isn't that wonderful? But they say that, but then they turn around and they spend $81 million to lobby against pre-existing conditions protections. And again, and then when that becomes apparent, they got to do the doublespeak. So they say stuff like, yeah, no, we believe every American deserves coverage and care that's affordable and accessible, including those with pre-existing conditions. And then they go, but the way it was implemented, though, that could use some modifications, is what it could use. So what are those modifications? Well, then you go to Trump Care 3.0 and you look at what they're doing, and that gives you the answer. So one of the things they did is they're allowing states to opt out of protecting people for pre-existing conditions. So right off the bat there, boom, 50% of the country not going to protect for pre-existing conditions. Because all the red states are going to have the Republican governors who will do the bidding of the insurance companies. And they go, yeah, we're on the side of the insurance companies and we don't want to give people protections for pre-existing conditions because we want them to make more profits and we want to get campaign contributions from them. So right off the bat, boom, half of the protections for half the people with pre-existing conditions gone. The other dirty trick of it is, even in the places where you continue to have the protections for pre-existing conditions, now they're allowed to legally price gouge the shit out of you if you have a pre-existing condition to make it so that you can't really afford your coverage. So you see that dirty trick? Hey, yeah, sure. Oh, no, look. We're going to offer you coverage. Come on, we're not monsters here. We're going to protect you even though you have a pre-existing conditions. But we're going to jack up your price like 3 or 4 times. Well, a lot of people can't afford that now, can they? Our insurance system, health insurance system, and our health care system is a sick, disgusting joke. And every single problem with it comes down to the private, for-profit, rapacious, price-gouging health insurance companies. Because they're an unnecessary middleman. The whole idea of single payer is you have a single insurer, the government. And there's no profit margin, so they take tax dollars and they put it towards healthcare. With the insurance companies, they're a for-profit middleman, and how do they make money? They make more money by denying care. So you give them your money, and the idea is, hey, I'm going to pay you a little bit of money every month so that when a problem happens and I need healthcare, you're going to pay for it and I don't have to pay anything. but they trick you in a million different ways. So you're paying into it, you're paying into it, you're paying into it, and then boom, something happens to you and you need coverage, and they go, yeah, submit a claim. Submit a claim? I've been paying you all month and something happens to me and I go, want me to submit fucking paperwork? The fuck is this? I'm laying in a hospital bed. My arm is in 3 pieces. What are you talking about? And then they go, yeah, that's cool. So we're going to maybe not cover it. But if we do cover it, by the way, you have to pay the first like $5,000. What? I've just been paying you every single fucking month. What are you talking about? This is crazy. Now, in the U.S., a lot of people hear that. They go, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Kyle. Deductibles this is everyday. No, it's not. Other modern countries don't have this. Even fucking Trump said this on a late night show one time. I think he was talking to David Letterman. He goes, yeah, my buddy went to Scotland. He was playing golf or something. He broke a limb. He went to the hospital there. He walked in. They gave him care, and then they said, all right, you're all set. He goes, where do I pay the bill? They go, there is no bill. Now, again, if you're an American, that might be a shock. What are you talking about? So you had this huge problem happen. You go in there, and they just take care of it, and they say, go on your way now. You're welcome. Yes. Because when you have a single-payer system, the government, your tax dollars goes to that. Now your tax dollars and my tax dollars go to fucking Raytheon and Boeing and the military-industrial complex and corporate subsidies, corporate welfare for ExxonMobil that they don't fucking need. They're one of the most profitable corporations in the world, but they get it for research and development. It goes towards all this bullshit and militarism. And those are the people who are getting the free ride. Shouldn't you be getting, and it's not even really a free ride, because you're paying the taxes, so shouldn't you get it back in the form of something that's beneficial for everybody? Healthcare? So, but no, private, rapacious, for-profit health insurance companies are now lying where they go, no, we're in favor of protecting people with pre-existing conditions. Anyway, no, we're not. Of course they're not, because all they care about is their bottom line. That's what a corporation is. That's how it's structured. So that's why you have to have rules and regulations to protect people. And this is one of those instances where you need a protection for pre-existing conditions. But look, I go further, man. You got to do a single-payer Medicare for all system. And I'm not going to ban private health insurance companies. You want to get supplemental private health insurance and you pay for it, why not? But you have to have a Medicare for all system set up. You have to. Because if you don't, these guys rule the day. And so our prices are higher, we cover fewer people, and we get worse outcomes. It's a lose-lose-lose across the board, but you still have the shameless liars who go, we're the best system in the world, even though we're objectively, empirically not. And oh yeah, everybody comes here for care. Yeah, Saudi fucking princes. If you're a billionaire, maybe you come here. If you're anybody else, you get shittier care than every other modern nation. So this is a sick joke. They're just lying to you. And you have the Democrats and the Republicans still playing ball with these companies. This is why you need Justice Democrats. Because we'll look those fucking health insurance companies in the eyes and say, we're going to abolish your punk ass. Or at the very least, we're going to take away your stranglehold on the market. We're going to create a Medicare for all system, and you're going to be relegated to, supplemental side insurance if some rich people want to get some shit. But everybody else, Medicare for all. So, God, they make me so sick. Because they're screwing you over so bad. And they don't give a shit. They're just people trying to make a buck, and they don't care that every other modern nation has evolved on this issue. They're holding us back in so many ways, and so many people are getting sick and going bankrupt and dying as a result of it.